New York, New York, all the Empire State politics you need to know. We're going to give it to you in just a few New York minutes. And representing the Democrats, our good friend Richard Brodsky, former Assemblyman, senior fellow at Demos, and professor at NYU. And representing the Republicans, John Cahill, former chief of staff to Governor George Pataki and former commissioner of New York State's Department of Environmental Conservation. Gentlemen, let's start. First is Assembly Speaker Sheldon Silver, taking a lot of heat for his protection of disgraced former member Vito Lopez. Lopez, as you all know, accused of sexually harassing female employees. Silver did little to stop Lopez and even authorized secret payment of more than $103,000 in taxpayer funds to hush Lopez's alleged victims. Lopez accused of groping, kissing two of his staffers without their consent and repeatedly harassing several female employees with inappropriate questions, asking them not to wear bras, even asking others to touch his tumors. It gets more and more gross the more you read here. All right. We all agree Vito Lopez doesn't have a defender on the planet. The question, though, is Sheldon Silver, and I'll start with you, Richard. Even he acknowledged that he would have handled it differently if given a second chance. But is that enough? Did he, in ways, abet here Lopez?
No,
and after it was brought to his attention, were people, young women, put at risk because he was allowed to stay where he was?
He did not. At the time that Sheldon made the mistake he made, the issue only was Vito being a jerk. The assault charges, the groping, that stuff was not part of that first go-round. He should have done more. That's fine. I'm not a believer in the death penalty. This is a guy who's done a great deal for a lot of people, including George Pataki. He's acknowledged the mistake. It's time to move on and let him go forward. The issues here are not to be settled by lopping off a couple of heads and everybody going home happy. The issues here are deep, profound, and need much broader resolve than blaming one guy.
Everything I read, though, nobody, other than one Democrat maybe, is calling for a coup here. And we've seen coups in Albany before, so it certainly looks like Sheldon Silver, for a lot of reasons, is going to keep his position. Do you think he should?
The Speaker's going to be there for quite some time. No, I don't think he should. I think the underlying facts here are really disturbing and really, I mean, it's the epitome of what's wrong with Albany.
Well, what's the worst thing you think that Silver did?
What Vito Lopez did to these young women is horrendous. But the fact is that the Speaker abetted this. He allowed it to happen. This is not the first time a sexual harassment charge has been brought somebody in the legislative chamber in which it was not handled appropriately. And there should be zero countenance. Can you point to another organization in the country where we'd have secret payments, hush money paid to an employee,
John,
and nothing happens to the person
money.
Yes,
John, it was a settlement of a lawsuit.
But who's paying
you
for it?
You did that under George
it's a settlement
Pataki
of the lawsuit that was not even,
times.
they required that the plaintiffs here were not to disclose. It was hush money, Richard. It should have been, there's no transparency.
Every governor's
and
done
no
it.
one can. No, we haven't done it. We've never
didn't
paid
settle
for a
lawsuits?
sexual harassment suit by one of our executives.
George
No, it's
Pataki's-
never happened.
It's never happened?
happened to one of the members
We'll
of his
see.
cabinet. Never.